We're still awaiting if there's going to be a release of a dash cam, if there is the existence of a dash cam video. But we have, I guess, some police report, part of the police report that was revealed by the Jupiter, Florida police.
Right. We have the Jupiter Police Department's probable cause affidavit for the DUI here, and I know it's a little bit difficult to read, so we're going to highlight some of the notable points. It says the vehicle was running and the brake lights were on, as well as the right blinker was flashing. The occupant of the vehicle, who was later identified as Tiger Woods, was sleeping at the wheel, had to be woken up, and he had his seatbelt on and, was just, had his slurred speech, was mumbled, seemed confused. He was cooperative, but he said that, and he kept saying over and over again and stating to the officers that he took several prescription drugs, failed a field sobriety test, and that was the probable cause right there for the DUI.
However, and he did say in his statement that alcohol was not involved, and we can tell you based on this report that he did take a breathalyzer test apparently out in the field.
Oh, wow.
And blew a 0.00. So true to his words and his statement, alcohol apparently was not involved. It was, as he said, the prescription drugs that he took that had, I guess maybe he mixed them. They were powerful drugs for his back surgery recovery that they gave the adverse reaction that he wasn't expecting. Still raises the question as far as, look, he's a grown man. He's free to do whatever he wants to do. But when you hear that you got pulled over for suspicion of driving under the influence, and it's 3 a.m. on Memorial Day weekend.
2:03 actually.
Okay, 2:03.
Yeah, but
that's not just going out and running down to the store to get dinner or to pick up the kids from someplace.
No, and apparently he said he was coming from California from golfing. He stated he didn't know where he was. He had changed his story of where he was going and where he was coming from. He asked how far from his house he was, so he was so disoriented he didn't even know where, not only where he was coming from, but where he was going or where he even was.
Is it possible that he was actually in California, had golfed? Well, he could have been golfing. He's not allowed to golf, but traveling. Had he taken a private jet back to Florida? Is it possible that he actually was in California? I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, now I'm raising more questions here because a lot of us, I think, and myself included, thought that there was alcohol involved in this, but clearly there wasn't based on the fact that he didn't register anything on the breathalyzer.
But what I'm saying is it doesn't make a difference. To me, it's the exact same thing.
I know that. My point is, I guess, is then did he take those drugs while he was on the plane? And so my point is, yeah, when you hear he was golfing in L.A., maybe he wasn't golfing because he's not supposed to be golfing, but was he on the plane? Was he in L.A., traveling, took the medication? Whether or not maybe the altitude and flying had some kind of weird, dramatic influence on the mixture of those prescription drugs, I don't know.
Right.
But regardless, he shouldn't be behind the wheel.
Right.
Clearly, he was in no condition to be driving a car.
Right.
So that's the very latest from the police department there in Jupiter, Florida. And as soon as we get more details, as you mentioned, and according to the police report, he was unable to pass a field sobriety test. He could not walk and put heel to toe, and was unable to do that. Slurred speech. He was asleep at the wheel. He's fortunate that he was able to keep his foot on the brakes because the car was running, was not in park. Had the turn signal on.
Blinkers on, yep.
A lot of interesting things going on there, but fortunately for him and for others, no one was harmed as he was trying to make his way home.